Welcome back to another episode of The Soul of Generation X. We thank you for joining in, tuning in, and keeping up with the fellows here. Over here in the studio, we have our number one, our top-rated disc jockey from the 1970s. His name is Lenny. Lenny, how you doing there, brother?
Hey, man, what's going on? I'm doing outstanding as usual.
Great. I hear you. What's going on over your way?
Well, spring is here, but it feels like the middle of July.
Yeah.
It's going to be a super duper hot summer, I believe, and in more ways than one. So
Yeah, I hear you.
What they say.
How's that pollen treating you?
Oh, it's that time of year where you got dust in there, you got pollen, you got mold spores, you got ragweed,
You got Trump in there.
we can have, and it gets up in your sinuses and make you all like stuffy and
You got-
nasty. But
You got Trump in there getting your sinuses and nasally too, right?
I might need a Navage for him to push him out.
You go put your,
Yeah.
get your kettle. Where you go, the little kettles to wash your nostrils out there.
Oh yeah, so
But,
saline solution.
Saline solution. There you go.
Saline solution.
You're gonna need a strong saline solution for that joker.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I'm just
The big thing about it is the stench, really of Trump.
yeah,
It actually is a foul odor.
yes,
in society.
yeah, it is. You are correct on that one. Great way to describe it. You see it in so many people every day. We were talking on the last show. You were saying that we had some new listeners. Could you give them a shout out so let them know?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, before we got on the air, a couple of people out of Raleigh, North Carolina hit me up saying that they really enjoyed the show and they're going to be tuning in as well.
Okay.
Of course, we have our new listeners. And I don't know how to say this. It's the Occidental Macantime Philippines. I might be totally wrong.
Oh, okay.
And also we
Okay.
have friends in the Philippines from Southern Light. So that's
Okay.
my next place of destination.
Yeah.
It's the Philippines. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Tell them we appreciate them tuning in. We surely, keep in touch, our Filipino friends out there, and then it will fill you in on all our dates and times that you can listen. So we thank you for that.
Right.
Then getting to a subject that we kind of touched on last week or a week before last show. We were talking about the situation that we're in right now and how we got into this situation and how it could have been avoided. I've heard various reasons how we got to this point that we're in. I mean, for instance, like now, this morning I paid $3.89 for gas. 2 weeks ago it was $2.99. Price of ground beef is going up. Eggs, just an overall, just a shade of just dark. This has just been dropped across this land. What have you heard or anything on that? What have people been saying? What have you been hearing?
Well, Trump sent the Iranians a 15-point plan for peace to end the war. And the Iranians wrote back in crayons and told Donald Trump to go F himself. He doesn't, it's like if you hit a hornet's nest. I mean, I've worked in the woods. And I came across hornet's nests. Once you get them started, you don't determine when they stop biting your ass. So that's basically what Iran told him. You started this, but you don't determine when it ends. So they told him to go kick sand, kick rocks with flip flops.
Kick rocks, yeah.
Yeah, with flip flops on. And
that wouldn't feel too good.
Yeah, that wouldn't feel too good. So this was totally unnecessary. The country, not just our country, but every country is feeling the pinch.
The world,
behind
yeah.
one man's war, behind Epstein's war. Remember, folks, this is Epstein's war. This is not my war. This is not your war. This is Epstein and Donald Trump's war to hide. I call it the hidden war because it's a cover up.
Yeah, total cover up. Total.
Yeah, total cover up. And people are losing their lives, have lost their lives, and will continue to lose their lives over this utter nonsense. So Donald Trump, cosplaying as president, has gotten himself into a pickle, and he has no way to get out. He's twisting and turning, lying on every turn, trying to find an excuse to get out. But listen, like I say, once you start the hornets up, you don't tell them when to stop biting. So here we are.
Yeah. That in a hornet example is, you can picture it. I was picturing it as you were saying that, because the hornets, they don't care.
They don't care, don't give a damn.
It's just, and as you said, this being a cover up, total cover up for someone who, as we've said it a million times, who is a felon, also has been accused of sexual perversion, pedophile, various things that have come up in that area. And a lot of this was known then before the election. So that's what we're kind of focusing on this evening. People knew a lot of these things, as well as the Project 2025, which was in paperback, audio. You could hear it in an audio book. You can read it online in a PDF.
Yeah.
All of these things that would lead to, if somebody had to make a decision, do we vote for this person? Do we want this person to be a leader for us? All of these things would come up, and it's like you look in. How would I say this? Excuse me. These things are known. Are you and yet you bring this trouble, or help, I should say, bring this trouble to yourself, your country. Anyway, I believe you said it a long time ago. You mentioned, which is, we're past this now, but the buyer's remorse thing. We're way past the buyer's remorse thing. So you knew this before you voted, because a vote is what helps, or when somebody's running for office, a vote is what's needed to help get them to that office. So you casted a vote for a felon, 34 counts, whatever. Also someone who's come up in videos, audio, in court records as being someone who bothered and sexually molested young underage girls. All of these things you knew. A bad businessman, just a terrible person. But yet you casted a vote for this person. You casted a vote. You chose to overlook all of these things because of what? And we can go on. We can name multiple things about this, okay? What does it say about a country when people knowingly vote for a convicted felon? This is, like I said, this was not confusion. This was not ignorance. They made a conscious choice, right? I mean, they knew this.
Right.
Okay, the felony was, like I say, was before the election. We knew about this. Said Donald Trump was found guilty on 34 counts on May 30th, 2024, which was months before the November 5th, 2024 election. Voters knew they were voting for a convicted felon. The fact was part of the national conversation. Also, the agenda of what they planned to do was also made public as well in the Project 2025. These things were visible, known. I ask you, why do you? And we're going to act just like we don't. It's like we're from Russia or something, from a corner in Russia. Why would these people do that? Eh? Why? Why would they choose to bring this evil into our house?
Well, we talked about it last week. A majority of it has to do with racism. 1% of it, I would think, is just ignorance. But I think the majority of it was racism. And there's no way you could tell me that if I got someone who's not a criminal, who's, doesn't have has an educated record, smart, articulate, carries themselves with dignity, moral character is great, unassailable, compared to this guy. And I don't have to go through his record. We discussed that ad nauseum. But to choose him over her is purely racist. And I mean, there's no other way to put it. 1%, I'll give the 1% of just being total ignorant, who didn't know. They just did it because somebody told them to do it. But
I mean,
other than
you think? I mean,
1%.
Who would that be? Who? 1%? Who would that be?
1% is the person who doesn't follow politics, or just say, I don't care. I'm just on the. It's like when you take a test and you got to pencil in a letter.
Christmas
a
tree.
number. Yeah, it's Christmas tree.
Christmas.
Just sign your name to it, and you want to get the hell on doing what you were doing.
Okay, I agree. I'll take that.
But those who actually look at this, study it, look at it, it affects their everyday life. Yeah, it was just pure hatred and racism, and there's no other way to explain it. Remember what we said last week?
Mm-hmm.
Racism is expensive.
Yes,
and it's costing all of us.
Mm-hmm. All of us.
It's costing the country. Yeah.
That was actually the title of our last show. The episode title was "Racism is Expensive," and that it just rings with me daily. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. At the gas station, every time I stop at the gas station, I see that title in my mind. Racism is expensive, and you try to find and not be. Let's be. You're saying in your head, let me not be so angry. Let me not be. Let's see if we can meet these people halfway. Maybe this is just something that just. We all got kids and children and families, and and that old saying of why can't we all just get along? And then you start seeing some of these people, and you just no. And more I'm hearing from a lot of pundits, a lot of social media personalities, is no, you don't get a pass. You're seeing people on this lady was on it, she was crying. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. And well, a lady jumped on her case last night. Well, a
Yeah.
lot of people have been jumping on this woman's case, and they're like, "No,
Right.
you're not going to get a pass." And then here I was thinking that I'm this psycho, this hater psycho, and I'm taking it to the limit of maybe I'm going too far, and these people have upset me, and I don't have a place for them. But the more and more every day, I see people just like me. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing so I don't feel like feel bad. I mean, these people the people that voted for him put him there. They are
Right.
responsible for what we're going through now. And
They are.
no, you don't get a pass. No. When I got to go, 13 gallons of gas, $51 this morning. 13 gallons of gas. That's uncalled for. And I didn't know he was going. No, you had Project 2025. You had people. You knew what this guy was all about. You knew. But then again, I don't know. Like you said, some of these people are ignorant. Did you not know the guy was running for office to stay out of jail? Did you not know that? Did you not want to hear that? Or were you
Yeah.
too busy looking at this black woman, this black mixed race, beautiful woman that smart, intelligent, basically, as they said, the most qualified presidential nominee in history of the United States, telling you that I don't care what party you're with, where you're from. I don't care even if you hate me. I'm going to help you because you're a part of the United States. You had to hear some of this.
Yeah.
You had somebody had to hear. And then again, you start looking at some of these people. Do they even have a TV? Or do they sit up in that 4-wheel drive truck with with all the stickers on it and just they're in their own mind? Maybe they don't know some of this stuff, or maybe they do.
Right.
But you try to not be so angry about it, but then it just keeps coming back, and you're like, these
Right.
people knew this. They knew it. I
Right.
mean, and that is the reason. Besides, okay, we give and take. 90 million people didn't go to the polls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you agree?
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
So 90 million people didn't go to the polls. Okay, push them to the side. The rest of these people, it's not many of them, but it was enough for them to bring us this evil, this dark side. So we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yes, it is their fault, and the people that you go back and forth with on that social media site that you're on sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe. I think some. I don't know. Are any of those people you deal with, are these wealthy people that you're dealing
No,
with?
hell no. These people, get out. I don't know. I might be richer than them.
That was quick.
These are the same people that don't have health care, but yet they fought tooth and nail for Trump to take away their health care. They fought for him for that.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they sit around complaining, trying to blame Obama. Well, I had health care, and then when Obama passed, the Obamacare, I couldn't get my health care no more. Okay, but the reason because of this is because everyone need to pay for the health care. And he was trying to make it fair because, listen, when a person goes to the emergency room, we pay for it. All right.
Right.
If they don't have any money, we pay for it. So instead of having people just go to the emergency room and you and I foot the bill, everybody need to have some skin in the game. Right. You need to be in this. You need to go buy some health care. We will help subsidize some of that, but you need to put up some skin in the game, some money as well. So that was working fine. But the hatred, the racism for Obama because he got something done and then will come back and try to destroy it. And the same idiots, well, I asked the guy, I say, so do you have health care now? No, I don't. Because now it's too expensive. You big dummy. Before you could afford it, but you want to push Donald Trump's agenda. Now you can't afford it. You don't have health care. So no, these are not rich people. These are ignorant ass people. I can tell you that. That I
It
deal
doesn't
with on
click.
a daily basis. These dumb MFers are just beyond the
It
pale.
it don't make sense. Like you say, see, and that's when you get to the part about, can we really be upset with these people, because that is just total beyond ignorance. That is, you're just hollering out a man's name because it's a black man,
Yeah.
and you said the man was trying to help you, and he did help you, and you go and vote for this man that's trying to state. Do you know? And somebody said this today too, and I'm just like, man, am I being too hard on some of these people? No, some of them, like, I don't think they understand.
They
All they
understand.
said, no, I don't think they understand, man. I'm serious. Then you really listen to what you're saying. You talking about a tree. You talking about literally a tree. They just like and I see some of these people on this guy was interviewing this lady, and she was just talking about some stuff from years ago, and he just stopped and looked at her. Said, "Ma'am, I asked you." She was going back 4 or 5 years, man, just talking about stuff, and it was and she didn't want, it was about black.
Yeah.
Obama, and you're like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong, and that's a group I don't think we'll ever be able to reach because of the lack of. Is it the frontal lobe that something is missing? There's a lack of just not understanding, and then you also have the next level, the people that know what they're doing, and they're doing it because it's a redneck thing, it's a Civil War thing, it's a 1776 don't tread on me thing. But that group before that, I have a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of, feeling for those people, because I mean, Lenny, some of them they don't understand. They really don't.
Well, that's the 1%. I can give you the 1%.
That's the 1%, you think?
Yeah, but the other 99%,
yeah,
I cannot excuse their behavior.
No,
because
I don't.
The title of our show is The Soul of Generation X.
Yes.
We're in that generation where we were trendsetters in the 80s. We brought in the goofy hair, the baggy pants, the break dancing, the music. We were pulling away from the gravitational pull of the 60s and the 70s. We were in that generation from 80 to 90, 91, where culture became alive, and we set the trend. We were the trendsetters.
Right.
But our generation, for some reason or another, have went all the way back to the damn 50s, and hatred and just stupidness has taken over our generation. We were the ones we were the first ones to start working on computers and cell phones and all this cutting edge technology. We were opening eyes. Video games and stuff. They didn't have that back in the 70s and the 60s. We were that generation that ushered in what we have today. And what do our generation do? Act the damn fool and act like they in the Ozzy and Harriet days, back in the 50s and the 60s. Pure racism, man, and it's sickening. And I'm not going to cut them a break at all. Period.
Right. Okay.
I can't do it.
Right. I got you. I just wanted to throw that out there and get it established. So we would call those people, and I'm serious. I mean, I'm calling some of these people would literally be considered learning disability. Close to that level, to where they don't know literally that they're really, really hurting themselves. You know what I mean? And that's that. I'll take that as that 1% group that you just mentioned. And then you've got the people that know what they're doing, and they're not too far above that group, but They know what they're doing specifically for the racism part, as you said, because they're trying to control everything. It's these brown people are taking over. They won't pick us no vegetables no more. you know, that kind of stuff. I agree with you on that. I just wanted to see, but it's just that. But there's one group that I don't even know if they know how to take 2 steps, 3, 4 steps walking without looking down. You know what I mean? They're just that
Yeah,
group. And you see them sometime, and sometimes they're the ones that live way out on the end of the back of the woods, and sometimes they don't. They just like, where do these people come from? Are they feral or whatever they call it?
man.
So, um, but the other group, yeah, and so they knew what they were doing, and we're having to deal with this now, and the Donald Trump is come up with all these distractions from starting a war to placing ICE inside of airports, um, anything for the subject matter to get thrown off of him.
Right.
And the legacy news is doing that. They're not reporting what they should. People are going to be ignorant as to what's going on. That's why they need to tune into podcasts, independent journalism, because the legacy news, which is CBS, ABC, NBC, sometimes CNN, MS Now, they don't report on what they should. They report on what he tells them to. So we got a group of people that are going to be further out as to knowing what's going on, and that's just really bad. And now there's talk of sending soldiers over, I
Yeah,
believe it's Marines, to
yeah.
this is not a war, which that really upsets me. Um, and as you go back, as you said, all because of the Epstein files.
Mhm.
Um, and what I wanted to also focus on is why, and I believe we talked about this. Why was we did talk about it, but I don't know. Why was the immunity drawn up for the president by John Roberts? And they say that some other justices, they came together. But why do you think that was drawn up like that? Which is a big reason, very big reason for what we are experiencing now. Why?
Well, you're asking me my opinion.
Yeah. Hmm.
That was drawn up under the Biden administration,
Right. Hmm.
and that was drawn up for Joe Biden
Yes. Under Joe
to
Biden. Hmm.
use to put a stop, to put an end before it ever began to Donald Trump.
Yes.
And I will always believe that he had a golden ticket in his hand to use it. His attorney
Hmm.
general had a golden ticket in his hand
Hmm.
to
He
use
did
it,
nothing. Right.
and they didn't do a damn thing with it.
Nothing.
That's what I thought. It's my only angst with Joe Biden is that he moved
Hmm.
too damn slow
Hmm.
and didn't put a stop to this madman when he had a chance. The
Hmm.
Supreme Court gave the authority, and everybody would say, "Oh, that's the Trump." No, if I'm in office and you give me that authority,
Right.
I'm going to use it.
Hmm.
His ass would have been sitting in jail right now,
Right
and
now.
we would have had him as president. I can promise you
Right.
that.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that's why they did it. It was it's like somebody call you and say, "Man, come here, psst, come here. We never had this conversation," and slip you a piece of paper and walk off. And you look at that piece of paper and you say, "Uh-huh."
Hmm.
But if you don't do a damn thing with it, just
Hmm.
throw it away. But Joe Biden dropped the ball point blank.
Yes.
He dropped the damn ball. He
Hmm.
could have had ended this nightmare before it began. and
Along with
I
Merrick
was
Garland.
stuck. Yeah, Barry Garland.
Mm-hmm.
And I was stuck with this mess.
I mean, all you can do is you just shake your head. And so basically, John Roberts, who they say was the creator of, uh, composer of this immunity clause.
Yeah.
So do we take it as he's not as bad as we think he is?
Right.
Or people think
Well,
he is? Do he, did he have a genuine bone of humanity? I mean, because a lot of these people being made out to be devils, especially on the Supreme Court. But looking at it like this, do we see a bit of humanity in Justice John Roberts?
well, I ain't gonna say humanity. He probably does, but that was a I'm gonna call you in the alley moment. Psst. That was one of that was one of those moments. Psst. Come here.
You say you're not gonna say humanity.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not gonna give me
And
humanity,
I'm gonna
lady.
say this from experience
Yeah,
because I
you're not gonna give.
experienced that.
You know,
I experienced that moment last
right?
week
Yeah.
where I was given something in confidential,
Mm-hmm.
and it was said to me, "We never had this conversation. You never
Mm-hmm.
saw me."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I've had people when I ran for political office
Mm-hmm.
text me and email me, "Hey, I'm going to vote for you," when I get in the voting booth, but don't say nothing about it.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. So that I'm not gonna say John Roberts is all bad, but I will tell you that that Joe Biden and Merrick Garland missed this moment right here. Psst, psst. They
Mm.
missed it.
Yeah.
That was save your ass moment.
Mm-hmm.
Save the
You, you,
country.
th- you think the advisors, Joe Biden's advisors, um, someone may have advised him not to act on that, or you think that Democrats were maybe just scared,
Uh,
or I mean, I'm serious. I mean, you think they, because because Democrats and Republicans, when like we talked about this too, when they start stomping on you and they get a win, they don't just stop. They keep going, whether it's fair or unfair, they keep stomping, they keep stomping. Here we are talking about we're going to take the high road. While we taking the high road, excuse me, they're down below, just they still stomping, and do you think maybe Joe? I mean, some people say, "Oh, maybe Joe didn't really understand this." Somebody understood it, right? Man, come on,
I'm gonna
somebody
tell you this.
understood this.
Well, you and I talked about this a
Mm-hmm.
long time ago when it first happened, and I threw this theory out there to you. Remember that?
Okay.
And you thought about it, like, huh, that kind of makes sense. And
Mm-hmm.
then I went on a national syndicated radio station,
Mm-hmm.
and I mentioned it to the host.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, 2 nights later, I hear the same thing on television on one of the news stations
Okay.
that
Okay.
I had said. They actually
And you
went on there and mentioned that,
okay?
and I guess they floated it to the White House, but the White House didn't act upon it. And I think that they were overthinking the perception that if they did it, they would look bad before the people. My thing is, who gives a damn how you look before the people? You got to put his ass in jail.
Exactly.
Do no harm. Do no harm. Lock
Mm.
him up. And I think they overthought it, were overthinking it, were worried about the optics of it, and they missed the moment for the country. And here we are today.
Mm.
Yeah, here we are today.
Yeah, Yeah, I go back and forth on that, but I am hearing a lot on a lot of podcasts. I'm hearing the sentiments, as they say, of what could have been done, what should have been done, and where Donald Trump would be right now and where this country would be right now if things had been done. Because you better believe he would have done it to us,
Right.
right? I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So who, you know, who was advising? Who was advising Joe not to act? If he even knew about it like he should have, who was advising him? An outside advisor? I mean, so I even thought, not that it made a big difference, but some presidents, contact former presidents, and
Right.
maybe Joe, maybe he contacted, this is just a long shot, maybe President Obama or Michelle
Right.
Obama. I mean, no, Joe, don't do that. Don't do it. You just wonder,
Right. Well, I'm gonna tell you
because,
this here. My
you
opinion,
know,
who I thought they dropped the
mhm,
ball
uh,
on the advisors. They had too many eggheads overthinking it. See,
okay.
if they would have gave it to the common man like me, the common sense guy,
Hmm.
I would have looked at it with hell yeah. Like they gave you this in black and white. Yeah, go. What
Hmm.
you waiting on? Send the marshal go lock his ass up.
Hmm.
You got it in right. You got it in
Hmm.
law. But you had too many eggheads, advising and overthinking this. This wasn't hard.
Hmm.
This was not hard. Oh, you saying Supreme Court saying that I can do this, this, and this, and I won't be punished for it? And this man stole all the records and got them in his bathroom while he taking a dump, sitting down, passing them out, showing everybody in the world? No, go lock his ass up, and he gonna sit there. No, he will not be president of the United States because he won't be
Hmm.
able to run. So yeah, I fought the eggheads that overthought it and gave Joe Biden bad advice. Yeah, they
Hmm.
didn't know what the hell they were doing. You see, that's where you got to have. And my granddad always say, "Son, use your head, use common sense on a lot of things. Use common sense. It's good to have book smarts. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Right.
But hell, even in book smart, you got to have some common sense." So
Yeah.
yeah,
That really makes you think a lot. It's just a subject. It's like, remember the old show we used to watch way back in the day called In Search of?
yeah,
I think we'll
yeah,
be in search of a reason for many years to come. And I know it's on a lot of people's minds right now. And like I said, I'm hearing it more and more. All right, we're gonna take a break right now, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the soul of Generation X. Once again, we want to thank all of our supporters and all of our listeners, all of our friends in the quest for justice for the United States. Lenny, I wanted to run another thought that I had while you're here. And once again, here I am thinking, at one point, am I psycho for feeling this way? Or then I'm like, no, I'm not. And it's piggybacking on what we were talking about, the people who got us to this point,
Right. Yeah.
And my thing is, and this is, they need, as you put it, about they need to be shunned. They need to be held responsible. They need to be spanked, mentally or whatever, for what they brought us to. And I blame them. I blame these people, and the people that you deal with, that you go back and forth. I blame them for this. So I came up with, and I literally, it's so funny. I came up, not funny, but some of these things, and now to hear them, because I haven't made them public really, but to hear them, to get back and be petty. I mean, when you paying $51 for 13 gallons of gas, it's past time to be petty, and you know why. But I came up with, these folks that brought this to us, they need I'll say punishment in various ways. I mean, you would name it the way you want to name it, but if you walk into, or you're going into a business that supports this or supported that, you can choose to patronize another business. If you're hiring somebody to do something for you, and you know that they supported this, that they got something on their card that says what they could be, you can, that's various ways that we need to let these people know that you did this to us. I don't think they deserve a pass. It really upsets me, Dave. I know it bothers you, because the way you go back and forth with these people.
Yeah.
And that's what I came. I could think of various ways. If you're riding around with Trump paraphernalia, as I call it, on your car, you're scared to put Trump on it. You put something like "Don't Tread on Me," "Let's Go Brandon," 1776, "We the People." You got flags on it. You're giving yourself away.
Yeah.
You're giving yourself away, and I'm gonna say it. You could be on the side of the road, next stop, 50 miles away. If I see something like that on your vehicle, I'm gonna pass you by. Mm-hmm. You call me psycho, cruel, but this is what we're going through right now because of that, and that thought process. It's not funny.
Right.
You're gonna take us to this point, hurt yourself, hurt other people. No, it's a war I rage inside my head quietly every day when I see. If I see, when the statistics came out, they said, 3 out of every 4 white women voted for him. Yeah. I can't help but see that in my head. And even to the point of, okay, they're, white men, and then decided the statistics came out. Was 80 and 90% of white men vote for him? Mm-hmm. Then you got the Hispanic vote, but I'm talking about who stands out the most. Okay. And I know it's not all white, but things like that, they come up, and you're like, how do I speak out? Not speak out, but how do I get some justification and on this. You did this to us.
Right.
It's. I mean, what have you thought anything? I mean,
Well,
I know it's a cold subject, but it's like it's just a
well,
it's
well
a
the thing is that there's no justification to what the position that they put us in. They put us all in a very precarious position. But you know what? I want them to feel it. I want them to feel it in they nutsack. I want them to feel it in their toes. I want them to feel the pain. So if I got into it, and I'm better off than a whole lot of them, but these racist, no good SOBs, I want them to feel the effect of paying that high price for their gas. I want them to feel it when they can't go. They can't take them big boats out on the water no more with the two big Johnson motors. I want them to feel it. I want
Big
them to feel
Johnsons.
it when they got to burn their credit cards and max them out. I want them to feel it when the tow truck driver come and repossess their cars.
Yep.
Yeah, I want them to feel it.
Okay. So you're right there with me.
I'm not
You
wishing
right there with me.
bad on them, but I want them to feel what they voted for.
What they voted for, right?
Yeah, I want them to feel. I want them to feel what it's like to go in that food child line and that bread line, and don't forget to wear your red hat when you go now, so
Right.
we know who you are.
Yeah, like they're gonna really
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
And cowards.
No, they're gonna
When you
drive up
stand in
there with
line
that.
for that free
Yeah.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're gonna drive up there with that flag on the back of the car. It's gonna be in a black sticker hidden on the windshield or inside of the name of the car or something. That's all. You're not gonna see the red hat. But they're gonna drive up right up there to get that food gift.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see them, I want them to feel it. And I ain't wishing bad on them, but I want them to feel it. When they're in line, they got to put stuff back.
I like the way you put that.
I like they got to put stuff back.
Hey, man, you bigger psycho than I am. But you better at explaining it.
Yeah, when they in the grocery store line, they got to put stuff back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like the way you
I
put
want
it.
them to feel it.
They need to feel it. Thank you.
I don't wish bad on them, but I want them to feel it.
You know what? I appreciate that because the emotional level with me. It's hard for me to put words, and it angers me so much. It is hard to put words into that without, like I say, sounding like a psycho. But I appreciate the way you put that just now. I really do, because you said I don't want to wish bad on them. I want them to feel what they
voted for.
Feel what they voted for. Yeah, exactly. That is a really good way to put it. Feel what you voted for. And that could go for anybody. We not feeling what we voted for because they not there. So we got to feel what they voted for.
Yeah.
Which is not, it's, it ought to be some type of rule or some type of, or, I mean, if you, I don't understand. I don't know.
But the thing is, they're going to feel it the worst because, see, this is the guy that they supported. This is the guy that they thought was for them. This is the guy they thought was going to happen to the others. But, Cameo had a song back in the day when I was a young jet. They had a song called Feel Me. And that's, I like that song, boy. I'm going to play that song tonight.
You going to play it?
I'm going to play it. Feel me. Touch me.
Oh, man. You ought to put it on your social media.
I think I'm about to do that. But you see what I'm saying? I want them to feel what they voted for. When they can't have, when their children can't have a birthday party, they're gonna feel it. When they can't afford that $15 ground for a pound of ground beef.
Oh man,
to cook hamburger for their child birthday party. I wanted to feel it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When they put
Yeah.
$10 of gas in that Lincoln Continental,
Getting
I
half a
wanted to
gallon.
feel it. I wanted
Yeah.
to feel it, man. Listen,
Yeah.
I listen. I've been to the gas station. Why I see it come at the. Can I get $5?
Yeah.
$5 ain't gonna get you nowhere. I don't care if it's
Ain't
gas
gonna get you.
a
No.
dollar a gallon.
No.
$5 ain't get you nowhere unless you're going out the
No.
street.
No.
And I
No.
look at it, I can easily say, "Hey, man, put
Yeah.
$20 more in there." But I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
No.
I'm not being gracious to the people who was
No.
not gracious for me.
No.
And I ain't just saying for me, but for us people as a whole. You put
Exactly.
the whole country in a precarious position
Mm-hmm.
because of racism. So now you got to feel it.
You got to feel it. You, as they say, and most of them, as you say, Lenny, triple trumpers, triple trumpers, triple.
You're the trifectas. That
You're a
trifecta
triple
group.
trumper. You're a
Yeah.
triple trumper, which means to those you don't know, you voted for this, or they voted for this 3 times.
Yeah.
And
For
a lot
those
of people are a lot of people saying that they wish. I heard old lady the other day, she was saying, she said, I'm the idiot. I am the idiot. He's the blah,
She
blah.
was right.
You should have known that.
She
You
was
should have
right.
known. How do you think? And you look at the man that even look like you. Look like you don't even look like how you gonna think he's gonna help or want to help you? His family is overseas making money. How much has he made since he's been the president?
Billions. I'm talking
4,
about billions
5,
of
6
dollars.
billion.
Billion.
Is that's not even legal?
Yeah.
That's not even legal.
It's not legal. Corruptness as hell.
It's just corrupt. His son-in-law, they're making money buying companies. It's not even, and you think he was going to help you, or did you think he was going to keep the black and the brown people away from taking your jobs? That's what it
That's
was,
what
right?
amazes me. These people with no teeth in their head,
Yeah,
uneducated mofos.
yeah, yeah.
I got
Think they know
support
everything.
Donald Trump.
You
Man,
think you
Donald
know?
Trump wasn't. Listen, let me tell you, people. If you out there, you listening, and you that 99% that voted for Trump. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this good. Trump wouldn't even let you spit shine his shoes.
Mm-mm.
Okay, listen to me. He wouldn't even let you pick up the trash at Mar-a-Lago. That's how far. That's how big of a distance he is between you and him. This man don't care about you. He never did, and he never will. Hell, if he don't even care about listen, the man didn't even care about his own ex-wife. He probably pushed her down the stairs and killed her. All right, that's up for question. I'm not saying he did. Allegedly, there was talk that it could have happened.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yes, but that being said, he's all about himself. So for you 99%ers who voted for this guy, for you black people who thought you were going to get some of that deal, you Clarence Thomas MFers thought he cared about you, you wrong. And all you Hispanics walk around here with Trump tattooed on your arm and your back.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
You got to be some of the stupidest people around as well.
That guy
I'm
getting deported.
I'm just telling like it is, man.
He getting deported. I saw that.
He getting deported.
He's getting
His
deported.
dumb ass getting deported.
And I asked some folks about that because some people were saying, why did the Hispanic vote go that way, or has been going that way, or whatever? And one woman told me, she said herself, she said, some of my people feel that they've elevated to white them. That's what she said. That's how she said. They feel that they are closer or close to whiteness, and that they should be let into the club, as they say. And she said, I don't understand them. I don't know where it came from, but she says usually, and she was Hispanic, so she said usually those who could pass as white, and they feel that they've elevated to whiteness, which in their eyes is above all. But have they elevated? No. So I don't know. It just goes on and on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It goes on, but as you said, yeah, I want them to feel it. I want them to
Yeah.
feel, and I guess that's going to be my new motto. Instead of "You've helped me to put this into words much better." Sometimes you got to listen to other people. Sometimes take some advice and learn from other folks. And
Yeah.
you've helped me put this into a better, as I would. Maybe I don't sound like, I don't sound like such a psycho perspective. That yes, I want you to feel. Maybe can we come up with some bumper stickers? Maybe for that, or a hat.
What
How would
about
we put that? How would we word that?
feel it?
Come on now, you good at these. Come on, how would we word that, man?
What are we trying to
I
market now?
a red hat with white letters say feel what you voted for. I
Yeah.
want you to feel something along those lines, but yeah, I want you to feel it. I
Yeah.
want you
I want
to
you to
feel it.
feel it. Yeah, I want you
The
to feel it.
the anguish, the I mean vacations, trips, various things are getting postponed. What'd you say?
No,
I didn't hear you.
no, I just come out and say, MAGA, I want you to feel it.
Mm,
They'll be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I want you to feel these high gas prices. I
mhm,
want you to
mhm,
feel the effects of your votes of you not being able to pay for your groceries in the grocery store. And I can
mhm,
stand behind you and look at you like, damn, you ain't got no money?
mhm,
Hurry up.
mhm.
I want you to be embarrassed. I want you to be brought to shame. I really do. I
Oh
want them
yeah.
people to be brought shameful to their
Yes.
face
Yeah.
when they run out of gas on the street and
Mhm.
I can ride by them with I keep a gas can in my truck. Okay. And if you got one of them, don't tread on me stickers and this and that on your, and I know you,
Let's go,
Trumper.
Brandon. We the
Oh, let's go,
people.
Brandon. Oh, I'm gonna say,
1776.
I'm listen. I'm gonna pull up to you. Hey, man, you need some help? Yeah, I see that stick you got on there. You know
Uh-huh.
what? I got a gallon full of gas. I got a 5 gallon gas can on the back of my truck full of gas. But
Mhm.
you know what? You stay here, wait on the tow truck, because I'm gonna
Mm.
make you feel it and just
Mhm.
burn rubber. Oh,
Oh man,
that's that. See,
you
but see, that's what these people gotta understand. That's what they gotta feel in they
yeah.
bones. When they go home,
Mhm.
and damn, the guy pulled over. He's gonna help me, but he saw that
Mhm.
"Let's Go Brandon" stick on the back, and he
Yeah.
drove off.
Yeah. Yeah.
He because I was
That
yeah
is yeah, that is so good. Yeah, I think I told you that time when I pulled up to the gas station and I saw this old man trying to pump gas. He had a fairly new car and he was trying to hit I saw he had put the pump into the car, but he couldn't start up the gas. He had the machine and he had his
uh,
card out and he just looking at it. But I saw this big Trump sticker on the back of his SUV.
right
I mean, he literally had Trump on there. Trump. So I pulled around him, and I put my card in and I was pumping my gas and finished. And I looked over and no joke, this guy was still trying to figure out. He's looking at his card, looking at the gas pump, looking at just trying to figure out. And for about 2 seconds, I thought about going over to help him. But as you could guess why I didn't, because of that stick on the back of his car, you know?
right
And the whole time, as like I said, I pulled up, he was looking at it, trying to figure it out. I went and pumped my gas. He was still trying to figure out, looking at his card. I'm like, what's going on? And I pulled off and he was still there. But that Trump sticker on the back of his car is what kept me from helping him.
right
And
yeah
and I'm like, if I helped him, he might not appreciate it anyway. But then again, like I said, that sticker, he could have appreciated. But that sticker is what kept me. So those of you who, or people, if they're doing it, they're putting all these, as I say, hidden signals on their cars from, like I said, don't tread on me. Let's go, Brandon. Flags in various places, red, white, and blue. All they're telling on themselves. If that's what you want to do, then you're giving us a sign to stay away from you, and you might need us. You might need us.
Right.
So just plaster your car, your truck, as many stickers as you want, so we know that because you're allowed to do whatever you want. Put them all over you can cover the windshield, but we'll know who you are, and we'll know to stay away from you. You might need us, but it's
Well, see, I might be a hard line on this. I might be a hard line on myself.
You good.
Because I actually I want to shun them people out of society.
Mm-hmm.
I want them people to go somewhere
mm-hmm.
because they have disrupted of what goodness is in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to change for them overnight because Donald Trump left office. They still going to have that same bad seed in them that will just go dormant until another Trump-like figure arises, and they'll spring up again. So I want those people to go away. I want them. Listen, should we try to make friends with them? Hell no.
Okay,
I don't think so.
No.
I really don't.
No.
I think it would be. Listen, the kumbaya moment have come and gone in this country. They chose the side they want to choose.
Right.
They chose destruction and hatred and even all that BS. So we have an opportunity to really cast them aside. I really do. I really don't think these people need to be part of society in a way. And when I say that, not exterminate them, but not to include them. To
Lenny, I got to say, Lenny, I got to cut in on you. I'm glad you support me. I'm glad to get your support because I'm not trying to. It's hard for me it angers me so much. You helped me put this into perspective, words, and I see I'm not out on that limb by myself. And I've been seeing it more and more from so many people, white, black, everybody.
Yeah.
On social media, everywhere. And I'm so, because the anger that it brings, because I think about our kids, your kids, my kids, grandbabies, and my thought is they're not supposed to have to be going through this.
Right.
They are not supposed to have to be going through this. They are innocent in all this. Yeah. The kids in general, no matter what color, what race they are, the children should not have to be seeing the ignorance and hate and experiencing not having, hey, Mom, I thought we were going to so-and-so this week. You said, and she's like, baby, no, we don't, and she don't want to tell them we don't have enough gas to get there. Stuff like that. That it's and to our, what we know a little knowledge about the truckers, Lenny. The truckers, especially the owner-operators. Yeah. What do you think they're going through now? And the ones who voted for that. Yeah. What do you think they're going through from your experience?
Exactly. Well, what they going through?
What do you, an owner-operator who, okay, let's take this in two parts. An owner-operator who voted for him or this crap, and an owner-operator who didn't vote. Their diesel coming from the same place.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
they don't have this big company that can put this diesel in their truck.
Right.
They got to put it in there. The owner, I'm talking about owner operators. I'm not just talking about driving for a company. The ones who voted for him, you don't care. We don't care. I really don't. I don't care.
Really don't.
Now, the ones who didn't, it's almost like they shouldn't have to go through that. They should. And then when you look at the whole grand scheme of things, our truckers are what bring us everything that we use daily.
Yeah.
And if they can't get it to us, we don't get it. And that diesel, like you said, that green number, steady going up.
Yeah, that's what you got to look out for. Not the red. It's green.
It's the green.
Keep your eye on the green.
Keep your eye on the green. Yeah. That green, when you go to the gas station. Yeah.
When the green go up, that means your grocery bill going to go up, your gas bill going up, your light bill, your water bill, the parts that you got to put on your vehicle going up. All right. If you got a kid in daycare, that's definitely going up. So everything depends on the green.
And the green, once again, is what, Lee? Is the what? It is the diesel that goes into a truck that brings us the goods, no matter what, how large, small, even the cars that get here, that get to the dealership, that come by diesel. So
I had a guy. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I just had a guy. He said, man, I'd love to go fishing, but I can't put my boat in the water like I want to. I said, well, I asked him, who you voted for? I voted for Donald Trump. I said, well, there you go.
Wait a minute. Hey, hold on. You went straight to who you voted for?
I went straight to it. Because if he'd have told me he voted, or if he even said I didn't vote, I would have given him some better advice.
Right.
But what I told this guy, I said, well, you better trade that motorboat in for a John boat and use some pedals. Get out there because you effed up, buddy. I told him he looked like damn.
Wait, he left him speechless?
Left him standing there speechless. I don't push the foot around these people, man.
That's a good move. I like that. I like that move. You just say, hey, you just went right to who you voted for.
Yeah.
That is.
It matters because it matters.
It matters. It matters. It totally matters. It matters. It's almost like a dream, man. We're sitting here. We're in a war. We've lost 13 people in a war that we should not be in. We've got a buffoon, a piece of crap in the White House who's basically he's a useful idiot, as they say, who has a staff of evil people. Stephen Miller, this Wyckoff, Pam Bondi, this Hegseth, who's a total disgrace to this country. I know I want to get your opinion on the little speeches he's been making lately, because I heard today, I heard a retired 4-star general saying that the things that he's saying are war crimes.
Yeah,
things that he could be considered a war criminal.
Yeah,
and the Oversight Committee is working on some things, but it man, that this is uncalled for. This is we got. It's you just wake up sometime. Is this really, really real? I heard a lady say this morning. She does. They do a really neat podcast. Their names are Driftglass and Blue Gal, and she said this morning. She said when she found out that Donald Trump became president, she woke up that morning and she hadn't eaten, and she literally went to the bathroom and she threw up. And she said when she found it, she said, but my goal is to work so we don't have to go through that again. But she said, I literally threw up. And to hear something like that, and you're trying to find some, you're looking at these people, how could you, well, we know why. I mean, the bottom line of a lot of it is racism. But how could you agree with something like that? How could you vote for something? How could you push for something like that? So whatever kind, if you did, like you asked this guy, hey, well, you can't take your vote out. Who did you vote for?
Yeah.
You basically told him that you deserve that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you summed that up in. I mean, you didn't have to say much to him, did you? After that, did
No, I really didn't. I just walked off.
you? Walked.
Walked off.
Oh, because guy was like, you probably left the guy just like, wow. I mean, you might really cause some deep thought, and it might cause him to look and delve into, man, that guy must be right. You mean putting this crooked felon
Yeah.
into office? So he didn't care about me. He just trying to stay out of jail.
But
But
let me tell you
now
this.
I
Yeah.
can't put my boat in the water.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. If these people would just be honest. See, the problem is they keep lying to themselves. They keep trying to say, well, gas was high up under Joe Biden. No.
No,
Gas wasn't like this up under Joe Biden.
no,
Okay? They weren't like this.
no.
Not you people can't even afford nothing. You can't even put your boat out in the water on Saturday to go deep sea fishing. You can't afford the fuel.
Well, you put it out there, but you might not have enough to pay 3 or 4 bills next week.
Hey man, they can't do it. They get their cars towed away. They get their homes repossessed.
Mm-hmm.
They get their lights cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Water. Listen, these people are dire straits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I can't. Man, listen. It said doing to others, you have them doing to you. Well, they did it to me, and I don't feel sorry for them.
I tell you, man. Oh man, you summing it up, man. I'm telling you, you putting the top on it. You putting the icing on it because I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a whole year, but I've been out there on the island by myself. I don't, like I said, I don't want to look like the psycho.
Right.
But I'm hearing it more and more. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm a psycho. So
Yeah, and I'm not upset. And the thing is, I'm telling you this, I'm not upset. I'm doing this with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
I mean,
I'm beyond being mad. I'm smiling at you now because I'm glad it's happening.
but see,
As a matter of fact,
they don't know. They don't know you
I want it
are
to get
the
worse.
yeah. See, but they don't know when they're dealing with you that you are the you stocking up. you got supplies. They don't. Come at me. Come on, bring it on.
Come on, bring it on.
They haven't put a case of water away.
No.
They don't even know what it's like to plan for a disaster.
Hey, when you're thirsty, they'll say, when y'all were thirsty, did I give you some water? No.
Mm-hmm.
When you were hungry, did I give you something to eat? No, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you took bread out of other people's mouths. You thought it was cute and funny. You thought it was going to affect the others, but
Mm-hmm.
not finna hit home with you. And you want mercy? You didn't show mercy. I got none for you. Got nothing for you. Nothing.
Well, yeah.
Hey, man, that's just the way it is, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Mm-mm.
I got a smile on my face.
Yeah, that's it's all you can do is shake your head sometimes. Makes no sense. What are you saying here? I don't know. So as they always say, where's the well, I want to run something else besides to you, one more thing into you, a couple more things.
Yes, sir.
Your this guy you've been watching that's head of the War Department, as they say. What is his name? This guy?
Hank Seth, Cage's breath, whatever you want to call him.
Okay.
Alcoholic. Man, let me tell you something. You know what? This guy, he is such. I see this guy got. Listen, okay, he got his hair all slicked back, perfect.
Yeah.
He's so animated in his speeches. He talks like a tough guy. You know, he try to be badder than G.I. Joe,
Mm-hmm.
and he changed it to the Department of War, and we're gonna drop bombs on them. Listen, man, let me tell you something. This guy is cosplaying. This guy is, matter of fact, he run his mouth so much, he run it really kind of recklessly. And he actually worse than Trump by putting the United States in our troops in a real
Mm-hmm.
bad situation. So a lot of the stuff come out of his mouth, I hope they bring him up on war crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a dummy. See, I'm telling you, he's a dummy. See, let me just say this here. All these mofos up on the Trump. Trump is the only one that's going to have Secret Service protections
Mm-hmm.
after he's out of office. All these other mofos running their mouth,
Mm-hmm.
talking crap. Don't they realize the next president is going to pull all their Secret Service protections, just like
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump did with Joe Biden personnel
Right.
on day one? Don't you know they're going to have to hire their own security team?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They ain't got that kind of money to hire a security team. Don't they know they're going to be sitting ducks for Iran and the rest of these countries to get them?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, let him run his mouth. He's an ignorant fool. See, one thing about it, the position you have, it's yours forever. You may act like it, but you coming out of there
Mm-hmm.
one way or another. Either by when the election roll around, you get out, or if you get out before that. But you coming down. And even Donald Trump know this. They come an end date for him. So Pete
Yeah.
Hegseth is just running, bumping, as we say, bumping his gums.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he ain't gonna do half. Listen, Pete Hegseth can't bust a grape with a sledgehammer. All right, just running his mouth. But he's endangering
Yes.
men and women of our military. Greatly.
Yes. Yeah.
Greatly.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
the shit hit
That's
the
what I heard.
fan, all
Mm-hmm.
right, when the shit hit the fan over in Iran, and they started bringing people back in body bags,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna sit there looking stupid with his
Mm-hmm.
thumb in his mouth. See, what had happened was, no. So he's a complete idiot. He's just a dumbass.
Yeah. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, we don't need to even bring up more of him because.
Well, let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
He talks and act like a used car salesman, trying
Mm-hmm.
to sell you a limit. And you know he know his bullshit out of his mouth. You just look
Mm-hmm.
at it. You know, just look at it. He reeks of immaturity
Mm-hmm.
and foolishness. So yeah,
Yep.
he's full of shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just another disgrace.
Yeah.
Was a host on that TV show. I don't want to name it. He was a host on a TV show.
Yeah.
Now
He's full of
he's
it too.
talking about. You think he's playing a video game? It's really sad.
Yeah.
At any rate, this has been a really good discussion. We kind of kept a lot of the issues out. We kind of this evening kind of took it more from, I guess, want to say the heart, the
Yeah.
feeling of what this is causing all of us,
Yeah.
and a little bit different focuses the focuses
Yeah.
that we took to this evening.
Yeah.
So, do you have any anything else you'd like to add?
Well, not really. I just, we just have to, we just got to stay vigilant, folks, and don't cut these people any slack, man. Don't, don't, don't give them a break. I mean, I don't give breaks. No breaks. No, for me, I can't give them.
Mm-mm.
Don't fall for the okie doke.
Hmm.
You know, don't. They come back. I was wrong. Yeah, you was wrong. You were damn wrong. You put us in
Mhm.
this position.
Yeah.
Listen, make them own this. They own this.
Mhm.
Make them own it. Make them feel it. Say, yeah, you
Mhm.
did it. Yeah, your stupid vote, your racism put us
Mhm.
in this position. And you come to me with your head down, want to feel sorry? Hell no.
Mm-mm.
You know why you don't have insurance? You don't have health insurance? Because you voted for it, dumbass.
Yep.
You voted for you not to have health insurance.
And it's gonna get worse. Okay?
It's going to get worse.
We keep saying this. We've been saying this for the longest, and it's incrementally getting worse.
Getting worse.
I mean, the health care, the gas, the food. I hear a lot of the younger folks are already going into their 401ks,
Yeah.
clean, and whatever else. Like as you said, running up credit card, doing all kind of stuff because they thought they were on top of the crow's nest. We want to say
Yeah.
So things are getting worse.
Listen, Pete Hegseth
Hmm?
is asking the government
Hmm.
for $200 more billion dollars.
$1 billion
$200 more billion dollars.
that we could be using here inside the country to fund
Thank you.
all of these things that we've gotten rid of or
Yep.
that have faded away or they got rid of.
Yeah.
Things that people need in this country and asking for 200. That doesn't even.
200 billion.
I believe when these people, as like Steve, I like to listen to Steve Schmidt's.
Yeah.
Where he puts his the spin he puts on things, and I like the way he said when these people fall, when they fall, they're gonna hit hard. Are they
Good.
thinking that they are above everything right now? I mean, because this is playing into them. It's playing into their families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are they? What is? How they not thinking that? Why do I want to? They want to be opportunity. They're opportunists. They want to. What they're trying to load up their account. Their accounts, and I mean they're going to experience this too.
Listen, I want every last one of them to lose everything they got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they got it by ill-gotten gains, I want them to lose every dime. I want them to go broke. I want their family to go broke, their children to go broke. If they got it by ill-gotten gains, I want them to lose every penny. I want them to stand on the street corner.
Yeah.
I want them begging.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if they got it by ill-gotten gains in ill-gotten ways, I want them to lose every penny of it. I want their children to reap what they have sown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree.
I really do.
Well,
no sympathy.
I tell you that it has been another insightful show. We appreciate your insights, and we look forward to hopefully making this situation or situations better. Any other closing words?
Yeah. Robert Mueller, he died this past week. Robert Mueller. And Trump had the nerve to say, good, I'm glad he's dead. He was a disgrace because Trump is a trash guy. So on my webpage, I posted something that how I'm going to celebrate when this administration and Donald Trump is over. So if you go to my webpage, you'll see my happy dance. Rip the Bob Butler, he was a guy who went to war voluntarily, who held a rifle. Donald Trump, the coward, scared to go to war. He had bone spurs, so we know who's the American hero. Rip to Robert Mueller's family and all his co-workers. But go to that webpage, you can see my happy dance.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Once again, we appreciate you. And want to thank all of our listeners, all our supporters for tuning in again. And we will keep you up to date. Stay tuned for our next incredible, insightful episode. And once again, come back and see us. Where is that, Lenny? On the Soul
of Generation X.
We out. Peace.